Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Nessa Jane and today we are going over the Morphe Foundation, Concealer, and Powder. I am going to be doing a full day wear test on these three products. I'm so excited to give these a try. You know, when it comes to a new year, there are so many companies that introduce a whole bunch of new foundations, and this is the first foundation that Morphe has released. A lot of their other products have always been more geared towards eyeshadow palettes and brushes, and so I'm excited that they released a whole bunch of face products as well. So today I'm going to do a full day wear test and let you guys know my thoughts on this foundation, and then I will be doing multiple check-ins as well and keeping you guys updated on how this foundation wears throughout the day. So before we hop into this video, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here today. If you end up liking this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and also hit that bell to get notified of all of my future videos. And without further ado, let's get on into this Morphe Foundation wear test. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna start off this video for the Morphe Foundation and Concealer and Powder. Yes, I have a beautiful rash on my neck. I don't know where it came from. I got it like last week and then it like died down and now it's like full on, like full force, and it's super red this time. So I don't know what the heck is going on and what the problem is there. So hopefully this product doesn't ruin it today because I need to do a full day wear test, but it's there. I know it's hideous. I'm sorry. All right, so we're gonna jump into a primer. I'm using the NYX Angel Veil Primer. I really love this drugstore primer. It does, ooh, as you can tell, because I'm almost out of it, it does fill in the pores along with just smoothing out the skin. And another really nice thing about it, if you do have dry skin, this is not like a mattifying primer that will dry you out either. And it's not super oily as well. So, and it doesn't give like a luminous glow like my Becca one did. But this foundation is more matte, I feel like, the Morphe one is. So I wanted to just put on something more of a blurring primer and just go with that and see how everything works with this primer. We're going to hop into the foundation. So I got the shade F1.50 matte, and I think that they only have a matte formula. I don't believe they have a luminous formula. And so this is what the packaging looks like here. It's a very nice squeeze tube. Now I have to say the color on the outside is way deceiving to the color on the actual inside, because this looks a lot different than it does on the outside of the packaging. Because when I first got it in the mail, I was like, oh no, wrong shade, wrong undertone, wrong everything. And then I realized that no, it's not. So, and so this is called their Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation. So it says that it's full coverage. And this packaging really reminds me of the Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation because it comes in a squeezy tube, which I really like foundations that come in a squeezy tube because they're really easy to travel with and apply. So I'm just placing some on the back of my hand, and a lot comes out with just one little squeeze. It is kind of liquidy, and I'm going in with the Morphe sponge to apply this foundation. So we're just gonna start placing this all over the face and see how I did when it comes to matching my shade. Now I know a lot of people complained about the shade range and that the undertones are way off from what the packaging actually says. I went with a more neutral instead of trying to match more or cool toned or any of that. I did a neutral one. All right, you guys, so this is what the first layer of foundation looks like. I do notice a little bit of red peeking through. This does advertise as being a full coverage foundation. So for a full coverage foundation, I would assume that like the reds on the cheeks would not be peeking through. It did do a decent job at covering up my rash, but as you can tell, you can still see that redness, but nothing can really cover that up. So it's fine. That is not the end of the world there. It is a very matte foundation, and it also kind of feels heavy on the skin. I do notice that. So now we're gonna jump into the concealer here, and I got the shade C1.25. And it's very, very light, but luckily it does have a tint to it. I do believe they have like a full white concealer as well. And is there any info? So this one says that it's an instant full-on concealing power, blendable multitasking formula, and free of fragrance and parabens. So we are going to apply this underneath the under eyes. I do really like the applicator. The applicator though actually reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipsticks and lip gloss applicator. And this concealer, from just putting it on, it does feel very sticky and like a very thick formula. So I'm gonna blend these two out because whenever I have that kind of formula, it always ends up being very difficult to blend out. So we're gonna blend these out, and then I'll highlight the rest of my face. All right, you guys, so this is what the concealer looks like applied. I do think that it did a very nice job at highlighting the under eyes, but whenever I tried to like match it up to the foundation, like on this side, it kind of like moved my foundation around, and same with on the other side of my nose, which I thought was kind of strange. So I'm just trying to blend those to make that look a little bit better. And then last but not least, we are jumping in to the filter. We have the filter effect, and this is in the shade filter number 2, which is for fair skin. And so I have to say, so this is what the packaging looks like. It's very light, kind of has a little bit of a yellow undertone, but I do really like the square that comes in the set. Probably won't use it because I want to just use a regular powder brush. But I do really respect the fact that they put something like this in here, because those other little ones that a lot of other powder foundations give are not very good. So about this powder, it says a buildable sheer to medium coverage. It's creamy, lightweight formula, shine free and oil absorbing and selfie approved. So it's going to absorb the oils. And so I wonder if this would be a good thing to carry in your purse and use it for touch-ups. So I'm jumping in to this Moda Pro powder brush, and we are going to just place that all over the face. All right, you guys, so here we have the powder applied. It's very smooth on the face. Feels very dry though, but I do like the finish on it. It did hide a lot of those pores. It didn't accentuate any dry spots. And overall, it just looks very, very nice on the skin. Now, I don't know, that is my opinion of these 3 products so far. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face off camera, and then I will be back to talk about, and then I will be back during multiple wear tests different times throughout the day to give you guys my opinion on this foundation. Hello everyone, I am doing a check-in for the Morphe Fluidity foundation. So far, so good. I am actually at my sister's house tonight dog sitting, but really I think this foundation has worn pretty well. I will say though, it is a very, very dry foundation. My face feels dry from wearing this right now. So I will say that for those of you with dry skin, I do not recommend it. Mine's not really oily. I do have more towards the dry, but it's not super dry, so it's fine. My nose is all looking fine still. A little bit has worn off, but I mean overall it's doing a really good job. I do kind of see some like cakiness here and there in certain areas, but it's not like breaking away. Does it look flawless on the skin? I say no. I mean, you can still see all the bumps and cracks and all the texture on my face. So that is something that I'm kind of like, nah about. So far it's not my favorite. The concealer's holding up pretty well, and I do really enjoy the powder. So still. So, and I've had this foundation on for close to 4 to 5 hours now. So I'll check back with you guys here in a couple hours and let you guys know my final thoughts. Alright you guys, so I am doing the final check-in for the Morphe Fluidity Foundation, Concealer, and Powder. And so I kind of took a look at myself in the mirror, and overall this foundation is not bad. It does look a little bit cakey compared to like my Vanish Seamless, along with a few other foundations that I have in my collection. So I don't know if it's per se my favorite, especially because my face is so dry, and I do feel like it kind of accentuates texture in certain ways, but overall it's not a terrible foundation. I do think it would work a lot better if you have oily, like normal to oily skin, not normal to dry skin. So but it wore really well. I've had it on probably for 7 to 8 hours now, and overall it does still look very fresh on the skin. Not exactly fresh, it still looks fine on the skin, hasn't worn away any. You can kind of see oils peeking through here and there, but overall it's not bad. If you hear noises, my sister's dog is getting into cardboard. No, you don't get cardboard. Finn, you don't get to eat cardboard. Toulouse, what do you have to say on this matter? Toulouse has nothing to say. Finn's not listening to either of us. Children. Anyways, back to the foundation. It's not bad, but it's just not my favorite. And so those are my final thoughts on it. If you have oily skin, I do really think that this would work really well for you. I will say though, out of the 3 products that I tried, I really do enjoy the powder. The powder was really easy to apply. It kind of blurred all my lines and everything like that, and it just went on really well on the skin. So I did really enjoy that powder. I do have to say that. The powder was probably my favorite out of the 3 products that I tried today. The foundation was okay, the concealer was okay, but the powder was an A+. So anyways, that is my final thoughts on the collection of the Morphe face products. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up before you leave, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!